Welcome back to Hot Water Wrestling, everybody. And since it's been a while since I've done a DVD review, I decided to review a couple of DVDs by one superstar, and that is Stone Cold Steve Austin. I decided to do this because, well, he's been a topic of conversation lately since he hosted Raw, and it was a very good episode of Raw. So let's get into it. First, we have Stone Cold Steve Austin 316. Now, this is from the Attitude Collection. What these DVDs are their old runoffs of VHS tapes from back in the day. So they don't include any special features, and you can't even skip the chapters on these DVDs. Really weird. I'll show you the inside. You can't even really skip the chapters on these DVDs, but they're really cool to have. This one focuses on basically from the beginning of when he became Stone Cold Steve Austin, or when he coined the phrase Austin 316. Very cool. It's got his feud with him and Vince in it. It's got Mike Tyson in it. It doesn't have any complete matches, but it's got a lot of snippets from Raw and from wrestling shows and pay-per-views, and it's really, really cool. If you like Stone Cold Steve Austin, I recommend checking it out. And I recommend checking out all these profile DVDs from the various superstars. They're usually pretty cool. Some of them aren't that good, but The Rock, Mick Foley, and this one I can say are very good. Next is Stone Cold What? What? Stone Cold What? This is another DVD. Has more of a it's more of a documentary style in the sense it's got some interviews with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and it's got the birth of Stone Cold Steve Austin as far as Austin 316. Not the same as this DVD, but it has a few of the same bits of footage on it, but it's expanded more because it was made much later. So it's got like 3 more years on there. It also has some bonus matches. Here's the inside. It's got a lot of stuff with Austin and The Rock on it, a lot of their feud. One of the things that happens on this DVD I almost forgot about was that he actually sits down with JR, good old JR, and talks to him on this disc. The matches are versus Triple H at No Way Out, King of Ring 96, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, that's from Bash at the Beach in 1994. It's got a match with him and Arn Anderson on it. Takes place a lot in the year 2001. And another DVD, which is not exactly a Stone Cold DVD, but it's called WWE Action, or WWF Action. This is a WWF DVD with no blurs, and I will say this has no blurs, and this has no blurs too, which makes them great. But the reason why I put this in here is because it has a lot of Stone Cold Steve Austin on it. And this basically chronicles the year of 2001, what happened on SmackDown and Raw, and as far as the invasion, if you guys remember the invasion, when Vince bought WCW and ECW, and they came over and they had their little war. It's got Booker T versus Kurt Angle, Triple H versus Jeff Hardy, Jericho versus Triple H. You got a 6-man tag match on here. Kurt Angle versus Stone Cold. Stone Cold versus Jericho. A lot of really good matches. The bonus features are just kick-ass on here. And the whole DVD is kick-ass. The cover looks terrible. Absolutely terrible. But don't be deceived. It's a really, really good DVD to own. It's got a lot of great stuff on it. And you can pick it up for cheap. Lastly, of course, is The Legacy of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And this is a 3-disc set. This is obviously the most comprehensive Steve Austin disc out there, which takes you from his beginning days in WCW and in the ECW. Him and Brian Pillman as the Hollywood Blondes, brings you right up to current day through his entire career. Really, you just get a sit down with Stone Cold in between the matches. You have him talking on this disc. just between matches and reflecting on how he was feeling at the time that match took place, or some of the particulars about a certain match. And it is very interesting to hear. I do wish they would have had a more genuine documentary on here that included a lot of other superstars talking about Stone Cold. Hopefully one day we will get that. And of course the drawback to this one is that you do have the blurry logos on the turnbuckles and everywhere else that WWF appears. It's all blurred out. And as you all know, a lot of Stone Cold's great matches were during the Attitude Era with the WWF scratch logo. So you do get a lot of blurs on here, which is very unfortunate. But I still highly recommend the 3-disc set. So we have Stone Cold Steve Austin What? We have Austin 316. We have WWF Action. And we have the legacy of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I can just say that, you know, Stone Cold Steve Austin is definitely one of the greatest wrestlers to ever live, not only in the ring, but his whole persona, his charisma, his character. Just no one will ever replace Stone Cold Steve Austin. There'll never be another Texas Rattlesnake. And so it's really cool to look at these DVDs and watch them, because you're never going to see a guy like this again. And I'll see you next time on Hot Water Wrestling.